What's up, YouTube? Sometimes you gotta be a broken record for people to understand this type of stuff. I've been going through targeting since 2018. I've been going through gang stalking since 2018. Um, Sometimes you gotta be a broken record. I'm gonna tell you how my targeting first started. At least I'm not gonna tell you my uh, life like everyone else. Everyone gets on here to explain what's going on with them when you should be helping people or trying to. I guess some people don't have as much common sense as I have. Um, I sit and watch on YouTube. I sit and watch targeted individuals and see what the problem is. You know, First I was watching this because like to see what are y'all going through the same thing I'm going through. Um, but then I realized like yeah, you are going through the same thing I'm going through. And I see the problems. Then I realized, like, yo, they really took common sense from every targeted individual there is. They really took common sense. Like, they took all your common sense by just putting on a complete harassment campaign, bro. They took all your common sense. They just went in your pocket, snatched all of your common sense. They snatched all of your common sense. Um, and they snatched my common sense too to around I would say 2024. So around 6 years. It was around 6 years today, and that's not I'm not saying anything satanic. Pause. But it was around 6 years that I got a little bit of my common sense back. Breathing better, breathing problems, understanding what's really going on. Sometimes I have to be a broken record because I understand what's really going on. Like I can repeat other people. Like, oh man, yeah, man. Like they'll be like, let me just give an example. Like some targets I watch, and I love all of y'all, but some targets I watch, oh yeah, he looking at me on his phone camera right now. Oh, yeah, yeah, they talking about me right now. Yeah, my name through the city doing this and that, and they say this about me and that about me, bro. They're not saying anything about you, bro. Those people are getting paid by three-letter agencies. Look at him weird. Look at him like you heard something about him, bro. You're a regular citizen. We are regular citizens. We are regular citizens, bro. Look at him like you heard something about him. Some people they go hard with this type of stuff. They go really, 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 really hard, bro. My targeting is insane. It's insane the amount of things they've tried to do. I just keep a smile and 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 I just keep going. I keep striving. I keep a smile. Um, but you have to understand what is the psychological aspect. What is the psychological conclusion? What is the psychological solution of making you think, you as a citizen, making you think that the whole world or your whole environment is focused on you. They talking about you, making you think that, which is really going on in a way. It's just that they're making you think it, but they're making you think that on purpose by paying these citizens or whatever type of program these people are a part of, which leads to a three-letter agency, uh, like other targeted individuals said. Um, People use a thing called the Citizen app, but anything with an app attached to it is from the government. Anything with an app attached to it is from the government. This is a government program. There is designed to destroy you until you take your common sense back. You have to take your common sense back. I just took my common sense back around a year ago. I just took my common sense back a year ago. No one was ever talking about me because I'm a citizen. They were getting paid by a government agency, a three-letter agency, to continue to paint a narrative to my mind that I'm being talked about. When I walk inside a store, I can't talk to that store clerk because they already heard something about me. Most of the time you really can't talk to that store clerk because they probably sent that store clerk there to say no to you. They probably sent that store clerk there to say no to you. That would be an occasion, but a person knowing your whole life that you don't know, a person knowing your whole life that you don't know, that you just see in random in public, it's just a way they snatched your common sense, bro. They did it with indirected conversations. I'm like, damn, this person right here was just listening to me when I was in my house. This directed conversation stuff, that's how they snatch your common sense, bro. When you know what you listen to in your house, you listen to intelligent stuff. You listen to stuff, and I'm a broken record, but you listen to stuff that is very intelligent that people don't want regular society knowing. So no one's listening to you in your house, bro. They just get notifications. They get notifications that they're running a harassment campaign, bro, and it just gets worse and worse, especially when you know what's going on, bro. For 6 years, I thought my coworkers, uh, people that I knew, I thought they was in my life to where they was watching me, surveilling me. When if they was doing that for real, then nothing would be going on. Nothing would be going on, and they sending somebody right around in my area where I'm at to just hopefully I stop talking to something like that. But hold on. Okay, yeah, well they kept walking, I guess. Yeah, they kept walking. Okay, cool. But back to what I was saying, like it's a program. It's a program, bro. It's a program. That's all it is. It's a program. It's the government ran. It's a program. No matter how it looks, bro. These directed conversations. I had just learned how to stop talking to myself. I had to stop talking to myself because I realized, bro, they were making me talk to myself and continuing the talking because I'm thinking that someone is listening when they're not. I'm thinking that they have some type of recording device watching me through some type of camera and listening to every word I say. The Truman Show effect. Everybody watching and listening to what you say. Everybody's watching you and listening to what you say. Then you give your whole mind up because of that, and you continue to talk. You continue. You continue. You continue. It's to destroy you. It's to destroy you. And this world is hell. It's hell, bro. People really knew what they were dealing with, living it. I don't care about what's going on with me, bro. I have no worries either. I have no worries at all. I don't care what's going on to me. I don't care what the government do to me. I don't care, bro. I don't care. It's a reason why I don't care. Because I know I haven't done anything. So I'm not worried about these people, bro. And I don't care what they do. I don't care if they try to do something to me. I don't care if they try. Well, I'm not gonna let nobody do nothing violent. But hey, if you try to arrest me for something and lie about it, hey, bro, you're going to do that, and I'm going to be happy because these people are disgusting. They're disgusting, bro. The world is already disgusting. Like you don't know what we're like. You don't know what we dealing with. Like so, and you hear these controlled noises around me. That plays a part of psychological warfare too. I had my baby mom. Um, she went. She was in my garage, and she was like, those the chirps outside of your house are are aggressive. Like she even noticed it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're doing that type of stuff on purpose. Like they do this type of stuff on purpose, bro. Once this system locked in on you, bro, is you gotta take your common sense back, bro. Understand that at targeting to to regular citizens, it's not possible. They don't know what they're doing, bro. They don't know what they're doing. It's targeting is real, bro. But take your common sense back. You'll breathe better. You'll breathe better. These people are not watching you through your phone camera. It's government agencies. It's three-letter agencies. And I will continue. I don't care how many viewers I get. I don't care. I will continue. I will continue to put out the truth. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if I get 0 views. I will continue to give common sense to this whole targeted individual thing, bro. I will continue to give common sense to this targeted individual thing, bro. Continue. I will continue because I don't like that. I don't like the fact that people think they're not alone in their house. Targeted individuals out here think they not alone in their house, bro. You're alone. You know why you're alone? Because the government is only watching you. They're trying to tell you that citizens are watching you to make you feel uncomfortable in your house. I have to sound like a broken record sometime. I have to. I have to sound like a broken record sometime. You know, well, pretty much all the time. I have to sound like a broken record. I have to sound like one, bro. And I'm not a part of any cults, law enforcement. I'm not sent on here to bother any targeted individual that watches my channel. I don't know you. I will take a lot of technical tests about that. This is one of the channels that you can listen to, and there's not many. People don't even know how to use their words. They don't, they got three-letter agency targets on YouTube, pretending to be targets, furthering trying to drive people crazy. Furthering trying to drive people crazy, bro. That's all they trying to do. You got the police riding by me right now. Shit, it doesn't matter, bro. These people do not scare me, bro. It does not matter. These people do not scare me at all, bro. Like I don't know what these people don't understand God, but I can't even talk about God on here. Um, but yeah, it's in the Bible. Targeting is in the Bible. Gang stalking is in the Bible. So, I just need y'all to get your common sense back. Don't talk to yourself, um, because it's causing a mental illness. And it's creating an illusion. It's creating an illusion of an audience. Everywhere that you go, when you talk to yourself, it's creating an illusion of an audience in your mind. Everywhere that you go, you think everyone is listening to you when a bunch of low life, unworthy ear people are listening to you when you talk to yourself, and they try to make you think that it's citizens doing it. There's not a beautiful woman listening to you when you talk to yourself. She's not watching you through your phone camera. If she is, she's modified. She's probably got plastic in her buttocks, you know, or something like that. Or just all out, all around, just modified, everywhere. But there's no woman watching you. You probably got old people, and that's part of law enforcement. All law enforcement, government that's watching you. Three-letter agencies that's watching you. People that don't matter. Those people do not matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. If you do have viewers, they don't matter. Breathe better. Anybody watching you through your phone camera does not matter, bro. Breathe better. And it's not citizens, because crime goes on. If I can watch somebody through their phone camera and crime goes on, not, not while watching them, but crime goes on anywhere. and I can watch somebody through their phone camera. I'm not doing nothing. So why do crimes still go on? It's not because it's not real. It's an illusion. You have Homeland Security watching everything. You have these three-letter agencies watching everything, trying to make themselves seem cool. They're watching you, but they're trying to make themselves seem cool, bro. No one cool is watching you. These citizens are just part of some type of organization they probably don't believe is law enforcement. But gang stalking is more law enforcement and three-letter agencies than anything. That's more obvious than saying that the police created Bloods and Crips and gangs. That's more obvious than that. So anybody following you around, no matter how they look, anybody doing a directed conversation in front of you, they are an informant, bruh. They're informants. Ignore them. Ignore them, bro. Ignore them, because I didn't. I thought this was some type of cool. When they was doing these directed conversations, bro, I felt like I was being bullied until I realized, whoa, I'm being tracked all around the country. Whoa, hold on. The same thing is going on here. I'm being tracked all around the country. I'm being harassed, tracked all around the country. Whoa, what's going on here? It's because it's a three-letter agency, bro. That's not a game. Those are informants. This stuff is attached to a three-letter agency. Those are informants. So until I realized what was going on, I thought I was being bullied by some cool people. Bro, celebrities are informants. They don't probably even, some of them probably don't even know. Like, they're informants, bro. And I hate to be that's a bad word to me. So, you know, I, I don't want to be like that, but bro, you have to call it what it is. You're, and I'm not, you're being tracked around the country, bro. You're being tracked around the country. If you go to another, and I heard another target say, if they move out of the state, one of the targets I listen to a lot, um, which is multiple, but if they move out of the state, don't tell them this is gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen there. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm just telling you that because it it'll bring some common sense back into your life. Hey, bro, it's not a cult. It's not a cult. The cops made Freemasonry. The cops are Freemasons. It's not a cult. It's the police, bro. It's three-letter agencies. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. It's not a gang. Don't look at these people. Stop looking up to them. Stop making them think they're something, bro. They're nothing. They're cops. They're cops, bro. They're undercover cops, bro. That's all it is. And once I realized that, because I thought it was something else. Like I said, I thought it was, you know, I thought it was, I thought it was something else. Like I thought it was something else. Like I thought it was some type of, Freemasonry. And I looked into Freemasonry. Hold on, bro. If these people doing this, and the cops are mainly Freemasons, these people probably don't even know who they working for, and they're doing cop stuff. They're doing cop stuff, and they probably don't even know who they're working for, and they're doing cop stuff. It's three-letter agencies, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's three-letter agencies, and I'm not acknowledging that comment that I just seen, bro. God bless you, bro. You have a good life. Um, yeah, you have a good life, bro. God bless you. I'm not responding to that comment. Somebody just called me a perp, and that's an actual channel. Like that's an actual channel of a targeted individual. Um, hey, God bless you, bro. God bless you. You can get off my channel. I don't watch you anyway. Yeah, I don't watch you anyway, so you can get off of my channel, and I'm gonna stop talking about you right now. So, but anyway, like I said, It's three-letter agencies involved with this stuff. I'm not a part of anything, and I'll take a lot of taker tests. I'm one of the realest people on this stuff. I'll take a lot of taker tests about it, and I say that every time I get on here. Every time. So, God bless you, man. You can get off of my YouTube. But like I said, I'm not going to stop doing this. I need common sense. I need common sense back in everyone's pocket, bro, because they took it. They took common sense, bro. They went in your pocket and snatched common sense, made your life like the Truman Show by paying people to make it seem like they know you. And that is psychological destruction. What happened in the movie? What happened in the movie? What happened in the movie? Truman's noticed everything was weird. Truman noticed everything was weird. He started to think everybody know him and this and that. He started to think everybody know him and this and that. He noticed everything was weird. It's psychological destruction. We're citizens. Nobody know us. They're being paid by three-letter agencies. Yeah, yeah. I'm acknowledge subversive, subversive, um, subversive awareness. That's yeah. He's saying the same stuff I'm saying, bro. They're trying. This is psychological destruction. It's psychological destruction, bro. It's psychological destruction. That's all it is. What happened in the movie Truman Show, bro? I hate to be a broken record, but what happened in the movie Truman Show? It was psychological destruction because of the stuff he was getting so much indirected conversations, directed conversations, psychological destruction. They trying to destroy us, bro. But you have to take your common sense back. That's all it takes. You have to understand, which it took me 6 years to understand. Yo, this is fake. Crime go on, but everybody act like they watching my life. But crime goes on. It's fake. It's real. It's a real program. They're just being paid to act like they know you. If you know the cashier, if you know about if you being gang stalked, when you walk in the store, you gonna think if it's a girl, you gonna think the cashier. You try to talk to her, you gonna think the cashier already know you, so you gonna be kind of shy. You feel what I'm saying? You gonna be kind of shy. You ain't gonna wanna. This is what it's for. It's for to make us look weird in front of regular people, even if they being paid, even if they being paid by a three-letter agency. It's to make us look weird in front of them when they don't even have the real. Um, what I'm saying is the citizens, they really don't have the power that we think that they do. They don't have power that we think they do. You know, it's an illusion. They don't have the power that we think that they do. It's an illusion. They don't have the power that we think they do. But they're controllers, they're handlers, whatever y'all want to call it. That's who making them, do this type of stuff. I just love that I see the world the way I see it, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. These people really do this type of stuff. They really do this type of stuff. It's that evil, but we living in a land of the free, right? Something simple like this got to be going on. Something simple like this got to be going on. Something simple got to be going on. We living in the land of the free. Something simple like this must be going on, bro. It has to be. It is. You know, it is. Something simple like this has to be going on, but you have to understand, like, that's what these people do. So I continue to post my stuff. I continue to go live. I'm going to work right now, in a few hours or whatever. But I just decided I'd go live, and this stuff is really going on. But you have to take your common sense back. You have to take your common sense back. because that's how they cause me. Like I used to go in stores and be acting all weird because I think the whole staff or this is, into my life and stuff like that. And they're just puppets. No one out on the streets have the 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 what you want to call it, the knowledge of this program like that. They're working off an app. Go here, say that in front of this person. You feel what I'm saying? Go here, say that in front of this person. Subversive awareness said they are low life citizen informants, in my opinion, but the police can have them physically attack us at any time for a reaction from us. Yeah, yeah. I really, that's why I stay away from people a lot. Like I stay away from people a lot, but it's like they probably would have this stuff. They probably would have us attacked because it's like they don't want crime to stop. They'll put this stuff on TV, right? Like you see politics. I'm not speaking on people. But you see politics and you see home. Hold on. Let me pause. You hear that noise in the background? You see Homeland Security attempting to scare targets about telling people about this program. They'll put Homeland Security on the news and say how, yeah, we can see this street and we can see that street and we can see that. They'll put that on the news because they know that criminals don't watch the news. Criminals don't watch the news. They're not worried about no Homeland Security. The people that commit crime not worried about the news or Homeland Security. So they'll put that stuff on TV trying to scare us from trying to tell society about what's going on. Bro, if people knew technology, if people knew they were being watched through their phone cameras, they wouldn't be committing crime. So, yeah, that's probably why they'll try to do something to us, because we have that information. And due to them, and it's kind of due to them. Said just what I heard from other targets, but most of these people can't touch us. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't worry about that type of stuff. Like I stay away, like I stay in areas. I try to stay in areas. I move around a lot, but I try to stay in areas that really nothing going on. Like right now, I'm in Iowa, bro. I haven't even heard a gunshot for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if I'm not in the right area. But I went from Kansas to Iowa. Wait till this truck pass by. But yeah, I went from Kansas to Iowa. I've been everywhere, and the reason that it's a three-letter agency is because it travels. It travels. It travels with you. So anything that travel with you is not a gang. I thought it was some type of cult. I looked at them as some type of people that was above me, and I realized, yo, these are informants. These are police. These people are trying to get me to commit a crime. That's when I realized. I was like, oh wow, that's wild. I was like, wow, that's insane. Like they're really trying to get you to commit a crime. I mean, whatever we have going on, whatever we, you cool with being alone, um, whatever we have going on, these people don't like it. They'll try to set you up. I notice a lot of stuff like that, a lot of stuff like that, but I don't really worry about it because I don't have anything in my mind to where I think I've done something, and I know that Alzheimer's isn't diagnosed even at a late age sometimes. So it's like I can't forget anything. If I did something wrong, I would know. I would know. So I don't really worry about that. I just wait on them. If it's that, right? Yeah, I just wait for you. Wait for them. So that's just what that is. But you know, it's a program. Like it's a program. It's designed to destroy people, bro. It's designed to destroy us. It's designed to destroy us, bro. That's all it is, and it's really insane. It's a disgusting program. But I won't stop getting on YouTube, and letting people know and giving people common sense back, bro. Because people walking around, I see targets walking around, saying stuff that's mentally, that's kind of mentally, it's not mentally ill. I thought like this for years, but you can't continue to put that information out. It's like soon as you it's like soon as you um get a grasp of what's going on, right? As soon as you get a grasp of what's going on, as soon as somebody let you know, like as soon as somebody put a little bit of common sense back in your pocket, you should stop putting out that information like that. Like information like, oh yeah, man, I know this regular person that's walking down the streets watching me through their phone camera, um, like stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, I know people listening to me in my house. Yeah, three-letter agencies or someone attached to them. Not a regular citizen. Because if regular citizens was listening to us in our house, bro, we watch information about three-letter agencies. We watch information about targeting, 24/7 surveillance. You think they want people knowing that? Man, people ain't watching nobody in their house, bro. They don't want people knowing about 24/7 surveillance. Brother, the crime would drop so low, bro, it wouldn't make sense, bro. If people knew about 24/7 surveillance, the crime would stop, bro. If I knew that uh um the police was watching everything, I'm not doing, and I'm a just regular citizen, and I just get the information like somehow for a fact, like we know for a fact that these three-letter agencies are watching everything. But if I could just get the information as a regular citizen, oh, bro, I'm not doing nothing. I'm scared that I've never sold a drug in my life, bro. I'm scared to sell a drug. I definitely won't sell a drug, but I've never sold drugs in my life, nothing. But I'm scared to even do that because it's like they're watching everything, bro. They don't want that information out. That 24/7 surveillance information, they don't want that information out, bro. Homeland Security literally went on the news. It's on Freedom Voice Online, gang stalking, Freedom Voice Online. Homeland Security is on the news explaining how they can, or some type of low level news, explaining how they watch streets. Like, bro, look at Google Earth. We can watch streets. What do you think they're doing? They don't want that information out. We can go on Google Earth on our phone and watch the street. They don't want 24/7 surveillance information out because it it it'll stop crime. People wouldn't even do anything. They don't want this technology out, bro. People wouldn't do anything, like nothing. So they don't want that information out. You think cops want people to stop committing crime, bro? They don't want the information out. So that's why they do what they do. They'll put it on the news like, oh wow, like yeah, like regular people that commit crime watch the news. Come on now. They don't want it out. They don't want that. They trying to look good. They don't want that information out. They just trying to look good. They do not want the information out, man. You know? So that's just what that is. But I guess I keep this live going. I get some more comments. Um, but anyway, shit, like that's just what this stuff is, man. Like, and I, the reason I got my common sense so much is that I've watched other targets complain. I've watched their complaints. Like I've watched complaints so much. It's all I watch. I don't watch entertainment. I don't listen to music. I don't watch entertainment. I don't watch TV at all. I don't watch movies. I don't watch TV shows. Nothing. I don't watch any of that stuff. All I do is sometimes I get drunk, get on YouTube and watch information about this targeting because it's in all aspects of society. It's in all aspects of society. In all aspects of society. They had me, doing having breathing problems, bro. Like oh man, somebody watching me as this car drive past, and I know that car. Um, Somebody's watching that. Whoa, the whole world's watching that. Wow, bro, no one's watching that but a three-letter agency, if even that. If even that. That used to give me breathing problems because of the thoughts of surveillance, the thoughts of surveillance, the thoughts of an audience, the thought of an audience, a false audience, like a false audience. That's what'll make you sit there and talk to yourself. Bro, I say this stuff all the time. Subversive Awareness said only a few people are speaking accurately about this program. So many fed channels to spread misinformation. Exactly, bro. And it's like anybody telling you. It's like this. Anybody that's telling you, um, yeah, my coworker this. I know they was watching me through this, and I know they was watching me through that. Bro, they're trying to cause a fucking breakdown. They have you thinking that. Like sometimes it's not even like that. It's really not even like that. Sometimes, like they trying to cause a breakdown. They're like anybody that's telling people stuff like that. Oh yeah, I know my friend was listening to me in my house. Anybody that's telling you stuff like that, bro, think about that. That's gonna cause breathing problems. It caused breathing problems with me for 6 years. Hold on, the whole world watching me. Let me explain that. Let me. No, this is a car right here. People about to hear me, and I don't want to really hear me. But matter of fact, I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna walk. Like, oh yeah, let me explain what I just did in my house. Let me just explain what I just did in my house that looked kind of suspect while I was alone. Let me explain that while I'm alone, in the house, as if people are listening. Like, bro, they're trying to cause breathing problems, and I don't even think I was giving out that information. Anybody that's telling, and I listen to your channel. Subversive Awareness is somebody to listen to. I listen to his channel. He's explaining what it is, but anybody, it's a lot of other targets that's out there, um, you know, saying type of stuff, saying stuff that, saying stuff that, what's going on, David? It's a lot of targets out there saying stuff that's like, that's detrimental to the mental mindset. That's detrimental to a mental mindset. It's very detrimental. What people are saying is very detrimental. Like you thinking your classmates is watching you through your phone camera, that Truman Show movie told you that, and look what Truman did in that Truman Show movie. The end of that movie, that man was on a boat trying to figure out life. That man was on a boat trying to go to. Bro, they drove him crazy because of this information that they're trying to put in your mind. Like, yes, these three-letter agencies are a part of this. That's the ones who's doing this stuff. These the people that's doing that. These three-letter agencies. These those are the people that's doing this stuff, bro. Those are the people doing this. Like it drove him crazy. It drove Truman crazy because he thought that everybody he knew was listening to him. He thought that everybody he knew was listening to him. When it's some people, bro, it's some people, but they're a three-letter agency. You have to realize anybody that you see in public and act like they know you, or you gotta ignore the. I used to get mad when people laugh. You gotta ignore the laughs. Like you gotta, oh man, they heard something about me. Man, they could have just got a notification that just laugh when you see this person. Or they just laughing anyway. You feel what I'm saying? You got technology involved with this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? You got technology involved with this stuff, all type of stuff, bro. And I love every true targeted individual, bro. I love all of y'all, bro. And I refuse. I literally refuse to have people walking around with that common sense gone, bro. because nigga, Truman common sense was snatched on purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Truman Show, his common sense was snatched on purpose, and I don't just base this stuff off the movie and stuff like that, but it's designed to cause a mental illness, bro. That's just what it is. It's designed to cause a mental illness, bro. And that shit had me many a times. I'd be sweating, uncomfortable, but then I just, you gonna feel like that, but you just gotta snap back into it. You gotta snap back into it. They even got a company that just rolled past me, said Excel. Man, get the, you know what I'm saying? I can't even curse on here. But just had a company. You can look up the company. EXCEL. They had a company ride past me saying Excel. Like, bro, I'm always breathing good now because I understand these people are informants. They're informants. They're not who I thought they were. You feel what I'm saying? I thought this was some type of cult, Freemason, Illuminati, some stuff like that. Nah, bro. Even them people are informants. You feel what I'm saying? Freemason was a little bit of history on Freemason, real quick. You know, what I know for a fact, most cops are Freemasons. You feel what I'm saying? This is an information program. And one designed to destroy people. But I've heard, like I've said in my last video, I've heard targets get on here and air out people that they know that do some sort of type of crime because they thought those people were watching them and targeting them, their friends and their family. They aired them out because they thought they was targeting them. They thought it was some part of some type of movie or some type of game, bro. No, that's the police, bro. And I'm glad I don't have any type of people that I be around, criminals, that I can give information of. You feel what I'm saying? I never was that stupid to even say that stuff by myself. But I've heard people say that. I've heard targets get on here and do that. But this is what I'm just telling you this because this is what they're trying to cause. Talking to yourself out loud. This is the type of stuff they trying to cause. So I stopped doing that. I used to talk down like they'll have certain cars drive past me. I just talk like, oh yeah, that ain't true. That ain't possible. Why'd you be talking about something else and have to keep talking because I see a certain thing that I don't want to make it look like that certain thing is making me not talk. It's all mental, and definitely you want to definitely stop talking to yourself. No one's ever going to understand that, and I used to do that. So that's just what that is. But 6 years, I went 6 years uncomfortable, um, thinking that, oh yeah, broken record, but Airbnb. Airbnb was got reported to the news. Airbnb was reported to the news for having hidden cameras inside of some of their locations. They had hidden cameras inside of some of their locations. So if Airbnb was reported by citizens, this is a broken record. But if Airbnb was something, you have to be a broken record with this. This program doesn't stop. So if Airbnb was reported for having hidden cameras, who do you think is actually watching people? Those are three-letter agencies, bro. And probably some, don't mean to be any type of way, but some old people or something like that, like some type of hacker stuff, or some people that sit in the house, bro. Some people that know how that stuff work and know how to make it not happen to them. You know? So that's what that stuff is, bro. You have to understand this type of stuff. You have to. You have to get your common sense back because it took me 6 years. They went in my pocket. I was outside. 2018. I was sitting outside on my deck. And all I heard was sirens, and I just heard sirens, and I was feeling a little bit of way about it. It seemed um, on purpose. So I decided to look up Target, and the first targeting channel I went on. The first gang stalking channel I went on was it was a Defeat Gang Stalking Manual official. Defeat Gang Stalking Manual, something like that. I'm pretty sure y'all been on that channel. He has a lot of information about targeting. He has around 6 hours worth of footage of targeting and just speaking on it and speaking on what it is and stuff like that. He's pretty logical. You have to be logical when it comes to because they take your logic, they take your common sense. Oh, people are watching me. Regular people are watching me. The people that I like to talk to, they're watching me. No, they're controlling your environment. They're sending a bunch of informants around you. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. For sure. They're sending a bunch of informants around you to, um, create the illusion to break you, to break your mind, to create the illusion that everyone's watching you, and everyone in society is involved. Yep. Defeat Gang Stalking Manual. That's the first one I went on to. That's the first one I went on to. The first one I went on to was Defeat Gang Stalking Manual, bro. I mean, I still lost my common sense after that. But it just it take a while to realize. It takes a while to realize what's actually going on, bro. It takes a while to realize what's actually going on, bro. It takes a while. It takes a while because they really create a mental illness. They create a mental illness, bro. I've never sat and talked to myself on the street, and doing it and talking to myself for the reasons I think people are listening and watching me. That's what I used to do. Walking down the street, just talking to myself and stuff like that. Like I used to do stuff like that just because I thought regular citizens was surveilling me. When I realized it was only three-letter agencies surveilling me, that's when I stopped because they don't even matter. Like that doesn't even matter. Like, oh, it's only cops listening to me. Oh, it's not regular citizens. No, it's not regular citizens because regular citizens don't need to be in knowledge of this program. And I have to be a broken record, bro, because I hate people. I hate people walking around. It doesn't make gang. This stuff is fun to me. It doesn't make gang stalking less funner. It doesn't. Yo, yeah. He said the police went out of their way to make me think a cartel was chasing me for a year straight. I had no idea it was the police. Yes, that's to cause you to start speaking and panic and stuff like that. They did that same thing to me, bro. They did that same thing to me. They went out their way to make me think that it's like those type of organizations. Hold on. They go out their way to make it seem like those organizations are a part of this stuff. They go out their way to make it seem like those organizations are a part of this stuff, and they have or at least they attack regular citizens that don't have anything to do with anything. You feel what I'm saying? They don't. They don't. They went out their way. They did that same thing to me, bro. A lot of targets say that. Like, oh yeah, I was seeing white vans and stuff like that. Then I realized, oh, this the government, this the police, this law enforcement. Yeah, 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 bro. Like I said, I said, um, FBI, CIA, MTV, VH1, BET, they're all the same thing. So life is pretty much isn't. Once you realize this type of stuff, bro, life you got your life ahead of you. Life is in front of you. You feel what I'm saying? Like you good. You don't have to be chasing the dreams that everyone do. You should know what's good and what's not. You don't have to chase the dreams that everyone chases. You should know what's good and what's not. You should know that you don't have to uh um well I mean it's up to you when it comes to that type of stuff. But personally me, I don't even pay rent. You wanna know why? Because I stay in a shelter. Like I go around staying in shelters. Until I can have enough to pay rent, I'm staying in shelters. And it doesn't matter. I don't buy clothing anymore. I used to dress real nice, like expensive, very expensive shoes and stuff like that. Um, very expensive. I don't, I don't even want the same cars that I used to want. You know, I don't want the same cars I used to want. The only problem I got is pleasure of the flesh. You know, pleasure of the flesh. You know, sexual problems. I love girls, bro. I love having sex. I love me some. You know, I love that. So that's just what that is. That's normal. That's normal. Now, $1,000 pairs of shoes, that's not really normal. That's kind of retarded. But you know, we get through these situations. Some of us do. You know, some of us do. The people that wake up. You know. Yep. That's the same type of stuff I used to do. Same type of stuff I used to do. Just get rental cars and stuff like that, and sleep in the car. Or you could sleep in your car. You ain't got no felonies. If you ain't got no felonies, you can sign up to do a delivery service or something like that. You know, and sleep in the vehicle. That's a very good idea. You know, very good idea. You know, life is fun once you realize what it is. You know, we grow up looking at these artists and whatever genre you listen to. We grow up looking at these artists and wanting to be them, not realizing like, yo, bro, that's a 3-letter agency controlling them people, bro. And some of them don't even, for rappers, some of them probably don't even know. Rappers probably don't even know it's a 3-letter agency, or some of them do, controlling them. You know, all of this stuff is controlled, bro. All of this stuff is controlled. You gotta think. All of this stuff is controlled, bro. So it's just great to realize what this life is, bro. And they trying to get us to crash out, bro. But I just don't need y'all doing that. You know, I don't need y'all even mad or even angry. You should feel happy this stuff is happening to you. You should feel happy this stuff is happening to you. Honestly, you should feel happy this stuff is happening to you. You should. You should. I mean, it's not really when they start playing with the jobs and stuff like that. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? That's a problem, but it's like you gotta stick to it. You gotta get to it. You gotta get to it. Hey, bro, if you gotta stay in the shelter, stay in the shelter because they playing with your job and you paying rent. That's a problem. Stay in the shelter. Stay in the vehicle. You know, you gotta do stuff like that. You gotta go as hard as they're going, bro. Oh, you gonna play with my job? All right. Well, I'm not staying nowhere where I gotta pay rent. You trying to control my money? Okay. Well, I'm finna make sure I'm not spending. You know, like I'm finna make sure I'm not doing any of that. So you just gotta be like that. You gotta be that. You gotta be that person that's tough, bro. You gotta keep going. Cause these people trying to destroy us, bro, for whatever reason, bro. And I see a lot of us, bro. We look like we're supposed to be, you know, some type of, um, you know, celebrity or something. But those people are controlled 3-letter agency puppies. But lots of us look like that, bro. We look like we're supposed to be somewhere. Look like we're supposed to be someone looked up to. That's what we look like. But you know, I chose to do this. I chose to get on YouTube and talk about targeting, bro, because I just knew the psychological effects of it, and I just wasn't having it, bro. I hear people like I hear people saying like the stuff that they say, like, oh yeah, man, my coworker, man, my family involved, probably to an extent, but not involved to the point where it's causing breathing problems in people. I used to have breathing problems sitting alone in my house, bro. Sitting alone. Just sitting alone in my house, I would have breathing problems because I'm thinking that everybody's sitting there watching me do everything. I had to realize, hold on, I'm watching stuff about 24/7 surveillance, targeted, gang stalking. Ain't nobody listening to me or watching me but some three-letter agency person. But with that being said, um, I'll probably be live again this weekend. I love doing these lives, bro. It might be a broken record, might be talking about something different. Next time, you know, you don't hear talking about my life and anything like that because it's about helping, you know. So I'll see y'all another time. I'm about to get off of here, and I love all y'all, bro. Hey, all the real targets, bro, and pretty much everybody that's got on this live. So I'll talk to y'all later.